That's when the Virgin Islands was actually growing. We were building. I'm a Republican for several reasons. One, I cannot be a Democrat. It would be ludicrous. And two, I am pro-business. I'm a small business owner. I have been for a while. I have been involved in our community, not only here in St. Croix, but in St. Thomas as well. Some of the products of my involvement with our young people, because it's not about lip service, it's actually about producing something. Kevin Maynard is one of those that I am responsible for. He's one of 500 in a group. He is a business owner now, and not 40 years old, not 35, not 34. He's in his early 30s. And the objective is we need to have more of them here. I listen to a lot of our candidates speak, and one of the things that has always amazed me, when Billy and I have it out sometimes, is being able to identify those people that are Republicans so that they can identify that they're Republicans too.
Right.
Not to, I go along with what Paul says. What Paul says is what the Republicans believe in. And I'm so glad he also believes like Republicans believe. Gives more validity to us and our party to grow. But the long and short of the reason why I am seeking political offices, as a small business owner, there's a lot of issues. And last year we lost 5,000 licensed businesses in the territory. Now, whether it was one individual that had 3 licenses, like myself, like Evan, that's 6 businesses between 2 people that we don't have anymore. And not all of them were that situation. Yet, we have individuals that are in elected positions now that believe by adding new taxes to the already overburdened populace is a way to get quote-unquote new money. If you want new money, get the banks lending to these young people so that they can invest by hiring other young people. Those young people will go out and buy clothes, buy shoes, just like we did when we were young. They'll go to the clubs and they'll have a good time, but they're spending money. And our economy starts to grow. As far as our social ills are concerned, I believe, and it's not the complete picture, but I believe in part that as long as we're promoting our economy, that will take care of some of our social issues. The parks can be fixed. We can now have sports equipment for the leagues to be able to hold their events as they've done in the past. But as far as the development economically for St. Croix is concerned, it's the home team advantage. And that's what we're promoting. Making sure that SBA or EDA, whoever it is that's giving these micro loans, are giving constructive micro loans not based solely on credit applications, but on a business plan. Got divorced from his wife 1 year ago. Has a wonderful business plan that could generate money. But because his finances are kind of messed up based on the divorce, his credit rating's in the toilet, but his business plan has gone astray. We have an industrial park that is empty. There's no industry coming out of St. Croix or the Virgin Islands. And we should, but not have a singular industry. We've done this historically, and I'll take you back really quick. The first agriculture was our industry. That was sugarcane. It failed. We've moved on. Then we went to Vicor. And shortly after Vicor, we did Harvey. Shortly after Harvey, we did Pessoa. Each of these things are no longer here because we've taken and put all our eggs in one basket. St. Croix used to have tourism, and most of you here are old enough to remember Skyway Inn. Most of you are old enough to remember at least having some function down there, or at least eating a meal. It was a hotel, restaurant, lounge at the airport. Our airport was a state-of-the-art airport 20 plus years ago. It had a radar. We just invested $70 million to extend our runway, and still no radar, 20 plus years later. Now, this is under whose watch? If we're going to invest We need to make sure that there's return on our investments. Now we have this 10,000-foot runway to take larger planes. Great. The larger planes are going to be 3 to 5 stories tall. Existing are 2 to 3 stories tall. We don't have a jetway. And the trucks with the stairs only go 2 stories. So when we bring in all these A380s and whatnot, they stay out, and what do? We then come down the emergency chute? It looks bad on our part. St. Thomas invested a lot of money, and yeah, this is the St. Thomas St. Croix thing, where St. Croix is retarded. St. Thomas got US Air, American Airlines, Continental, the list goes on. And they sat him down in a room and said, listen, we want to extend the runway, and since you've been using it, you should invest. So they got an investment from the airlines. What did we do? We went to the bank and we got a loan for $70 million, and we gave it to a company that doesn't live here, which is what we always do. So the stimulus package that we got, the $25 million, it's not here. See, I need an attorney because I'm in trouble. So I'm going to call Johnny Cochran or somebody from the States because Attorney Cole is incompetent.
Why?
I'm not going to argue. See, I need to go away to get the professionalism that I already have here. Why? We got a bunch of guys that have attorney in front of their names. You need an accountant? Can't find one? Go down to the university. Ask them how many graduated last year. If you don't believe in hiring our own, if you don't believe we're going to be the cure, then we all need to pack up and go someplace else, as we've been doing. There's a young lady that is qualified to be a nurse. She is in the States. She was down here recently. She's making $80,000+ a year, and she too is not 34, 35 years old. But she's a nurse because we don't need nurses. We'll bring the Filipinos in here, and the Filipinos will take care of us. As soon as I understand how to speak Filipino, it'll be fine by me, but I'm just up to getting English down pat. Our economic problems need to be addressed. We need to move away from the government job mentality. And believe you me, the thing that I believe in is $45,000 a year part-time for senators. There's no question.
It's very expensive.
Listen, at $45,000 a year part-time, if you have an issue with that, you need not be elected. Okay? $45,000 a year, most people in the Virgin Islands are not making full-time.
Exactly.
You want $85,000 full-time, and I get bush tea, conch shell, and some other foolishness I can't do nothing with. Meanwhile, Island Aries is closed, and maybe it might restart, maybe it won't. It should have never closed.
Well, we did that before. So.
And once we're able to take responsibility, you will hear me, because of course, folks, I will be attacked because I'm a Republican. I have no issue with it. Matter of fact, I enjoy it. I am thirsty for a debate. We do not, as a Frederick Douglass Republican, believe in the status quo because I think we've gone and overkilled everything. We need to simplify it and remember what our party has always been about. People. We're not opposed to being wealthy, and please, Frederick Douglass was born a slave. He was a possession like this chair, owned. He died a 1%er. A millionaire, multi-millionaire. I have no problem with wealth at all. I enjoy it. You know, who doesn't? But I'm not going to work for $5 and you sit on your blessed assurance and think I'm going to give you $2. Entitlements are for those that are entitled, and it's really simple. For me, young people, old people, everybody in between should be working. If you have a disadvantage or a disability, there are those things to take care of you. But the government isn't responsible for doing everything. The government should not be in daycares, for a simple example. Businesses are the ones that take care of the communities that they are in. It's called being a good corporate citizen. But if the business is being taxed so much by the government, it is reluctant then to put those same monies into the communities in which they are. But again, we find ourselves with our government doing more than it should do. Right now, our government owns 3 hotels. We own 3 hotels, and unfortunately, all 3 of them are on St. Croix. So if that's the case, then invest. Kings Alley, Carambola, and Hotel on the Key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's ours. It's a long lease, but it's ours.
Oh, yeah, but it's a grudge.
Yeah, you know, so let's get the rest of them going and fixed up and get other people to come in and manage.
You forgot one.
Would you check?
There's 4? What's the 4th one?
Golden Road Correctional Facility.
That's the first class.
That is a whole different discussion. Yeah, that's condo living. But again, St. Croix, and I heard someone say, oh yeah, things are bad, but it's not that bad. It's that bad. We just need to get a hold of it. It's no different than with our own party. We need to get back a hold of it. You know, we tried something, it didn't work. And I am the first one to take responsibility when I'm wrong. But at the same token, please understand, I haven't changed my mindset. The party had become dormant. Even prior to, it had become dormant. And it's time now that this party, the People's Party, be given back to those very same people. No, we're not ghetto fabulous. And I ain't going there with nobody either. That's why I chose to be a Republican. My parents wanted me to have a good education so that I can articulate well. And if I end up in Texas, I can put an accent on it too. Hey. But that I learned here. I didn't know, and it wasn't until I was a junior adult, I was 17 when I went to college, and I learned about the term nigger, because it had never been used here, never once. I went to Country Day with a lot of folks, and I could be just as, and I told him about it, so I'll use it. I could be as pissed as I wanted to be with Eric Schindler, and he's my friend. We went to school together and I graduated with him. Okay? Never once, whether it was he stole a girl, stole my money, stole something of mine or whatever, did I ever one time think to call him anything outside of a-hole or a F-head or whatever. I could never quickly think of, I need to call him a honky or him to call me a Negro. Never once. And I could be ringing pissed. That's not how we were brought up. Eric is a moron, he's a moron. I could be a moron too, because it doesn't come in a color. I went to the States and all of a sudden it's, yo, my Negra. Hey, we're going to have a little misunderstanding. I remember clearly being on the phone with my father at 17 years old, pissed to the point of wanting to cry. Because these guys from New York and New Jersey of color kept calling me nigger. The other folks weren't calling me nigger. These guys and smiling, and I don't like this. This basketball scholarship, I ready to come home. In case this educational thing goodbye. My father said to me, listen, number one, I paid too much money for you to come home. Number two, it's an ignorant term used by ignorant people. Don't get yourself involved. Since that time to this, it's gone from nigger to nigga to you gotta give me some kind of nick something or the other to the N-word. In case I didn't do it, let me do it now. My name is Robert B. Moorhead.
How do you spell that?
It's like, what's the number for 911? So, for me, it's pretty simple. This is about inclusion. This campaign is not designed about me, and it's never been about me, and that's where Paul and these guys get mad with me. It's been about the party, and growing our party and growing our numbers. This is something that we're doing, yes, and we're hoping that next election, I won't be standing here by myself. We will have 7 candidates that will be running from St. Croix. Hopefully 7 will be running from St. Thomas. Hopefully we will have somebody offered from St. John for at large. Definitely we'll have a delegate to offer, and the next go around after that, we should have a gubernatorial candidate. By then I don't need to be involved, the young feet will take care of it. So outside of that, I will turn it back over to the dog who's munching at the bits, and I'll be available anytime for questions and bar mitzvahs after this meeting.
Can I say something?
Yep.
Yeah, next time you want to talk about aircraft, you need to talk about me. Nobody's building a 3-story aircraft.